on. Jetzt hier. So. Ah ja, Raja ist auch hier. Gut, und wer noch jemand? Raja has joined. Es hat bei mir hier geklingelt. Abhishek fehlt. Der kommt vielleicht ein bisschen später noch. Ah ja, genau. So, now where are we? Ist das unser Buch? Nein, das ist unser Buch. Ja, und wo waren wir hier? Auf welcher Seite war das? 12? 18?
11.
Nein, so weit waren wir nicht.
13.
Bis 11 fertig.
Ja, so weit
13.
waren wir nicht. Ja, genau, ich bin gleich da. Danke, Babita. Vielen, vielen Dank. Also, ich weiß nicht, warum. Das ist immer so. Habt ihr die Gelegenheit gehabt, den Text mal zu lesen zu Hause? Nein? Bei mir geht das alles durcheinander. So, jetzt. Ja. Habt ihr auch andere Wörter gefunden? Also englische Wörter im Deutschen.
Sir, park.
Ja, Park. Ja.
Job.
So Google.
Oh.
Then
Ja.
Restaurant.
Ja.
Restaurant. Film.
Restaurant.
Yes.
Restaurant. Also im Französischen spricht man normalerweise die Endsilben nicht aus. The final syllables in a word are normally not pronounced in French. And when you speak French, please don't take me seriously here, but the one way of speaking French is hold your nose this way. Internation. So when you say internation, it's French. It's nasal, the last part, the nerve part, and so on. C'est la vie, like I said, you don't read the whole word. C'est la vie, nein, c'est la vie. So ist das Leben. Restaurant, Café, comment allez-vous? Merci, très bien. Although it's written as très bien. Und französische Wörter gibt es auch im Englischen Rendezvous. Und Rendezvous is written as Rendezvous. Aber da sagt man Rendezvous. Ja, die originelle Aussprache muss man beibehalten. You have to retain that. Und kennt ihr auch Wörter auch der indischen Sprachen im Deutschen? Ja, welche Wörter gibt es aus der indischen Sprache? Aus Indien im Deutschen?
Sir, Doctor, Ananas, Apple.
Nein, die sind nicht Wörter aus Indien. Ja, Raja? Ja, Shashank? Audio, nicht klar. Kennt ihr auch Wörter aus Indien im Deutschen?
Bucket.
Bucket.
Yoga
In
is an
English.
English word.
Yeah, Raja?
Yoga is like one English word.
Yoga,
Yoga.
yeah, is aus Indien. Das ist aus Indien. Yoga is good.
Ayurved.
Ein
Ayurved.
Ayurved.
So
Yeah,
chapatis, chapatis,
yeah,
like roti, chapati. Like.
yeah. Das nennt man im Deutschen Fladenbrot. Eine Art Fladenbrot, sagt man auf Deutsch. Aber wo es keine Übersetzung gibt, sind Wörter wie Currywurst. Have you heard of this word Currywurst? C-U-R-R-Y, curry?
Yes.
Ja, Currywurst.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Ja, so, das ist ein Wort aus Indien, Currywurst. Und Yoga natürlich. And a person who
Avatar.
practices, yeah, Avatar, they borrowed over a period of things. Yes, but yes, Avatar auch.
Avatar, Karma.
Yeah, karma is fate. They call it Schicksal.
Oh ja, genau.
Aber das ist nicht das einzige Wort. See, Karma bedeutet vieles andere als nur Schicksal. There's a lot more philosophical meaning and philosophy behind the word karma than simply saying Schicksal. But they do use the word Schicksal, huh? Fate and destiny. Karma,
Guru.
yeah, Guru, yeah, very good, Guru. Any others that you can think of?
Swami auch, sir.
Ja, das ist eine neue so Hinzufügung. The new edition.
Himalaya und noch ein Wort, ich habe.
Nee, das ist nicht fair. Das ist nicht fair. Das ist ein geografischer Name. Normalerweise, man übersetzt die geografischen Namen nicht. So we can't say that I'll take it because then there'll be lots more coming. Vindhya will be Vindhya then. Satpura is Satpura. So that's not fair. They're not part of German language. They're used only once in a while in einem bestimmten context. What is a person who practices yoga called?
Guru.
Nein.
Yogi.
That is our language. In German?
Yoga master?
Nein, that is somebody who is very good at yoga. And Yoga Meister, Yoga Lehrer. Aber wenn wir, also ihr und ich, wir machen Yoga. Yoga ist. Have you heard of this word before? Yoga is.
Yoga
A
is.
person who does yoga, like you and I, will be a Yogaist. Und es gibt auch eine feminine Form dafür. Yogaistin. Der Yogaist und die Yogaistin. Okay, so, das war interessant. Also es gibt so viele. Und wir sehen, dass Sprachen existieren weiter, sie wachsen weiter durch Einnahme und Annahme von anderen Sprachen. Wir müssen das so akzeptieren. Und manchmal wird die Sprache nicht so rein, wenn man solche Fremdwörter benutzt. Aber was kann man da machen? Wenn wir ein Wort bei uns in unserer Sprache, in unserer Kultur nicht haben, dann müssen wir das Fremdwort in unserer Sprache oder in unsere Sprachen integrieren. Es gibt keine andere Alternative. So what does one do? You just have to accept that word and put it into your languages. Zum Beispiel Kosmos, Cosmonaut, Astronaut. oder Sputnik. Die sind Wörter, die Teil der Sprachen geworden sind. Sputnik comes from Russia. Cosmonaut is a Russian word. Since the Americans don't like the Russians, or did not like the Russians, actually they don't do even now, they changed the word from cosmonaut to astronaut. So cosmos is actually the space. Und auf Deutsch heißt das ein Raumschifffahrer. Raum, der All is a space. So space traveler, literally, for which we have the Sanskritized form in Hindi, Antariksh Yatri. Antariksh Yan, spacecraft. So words keep getting added to language, and to keep up with this addition every year is not easy. Der Sprachforscher Florian Kulmas sagt das hier. Stimmt ihr damit zu oder stimmt ihr hier damit zu? Can you briefly give me one or two sentences, Meinung, and see if you can try to use this here? Ja, ich warte auf eure Meinung. Was habt ihr hier nicht verstanden? Waiting for your opinion. Seid ihr damit einverstanden? Oder nicht? Ein paar Sätze, nicht viel.
So hier wir sagen, ob wir dafür oder dagegen sind. Englisch Wörter so
Ja, ja. Also eure Meinung, your opinion about a statement. Eine Meinung ist normalerweise entweder dafür oder dagegen. Normalerweise. Yeah, please. Waiting. I'm still waiting. You have to give me some kind of thing.
So meiner Meinung nach ist das Sinn, wenn man Englischwörter benutzen, dann macht das Wörter einfach zu lernen. oder andere Sprache zu lernen.
Hm? Gut, ja, weiter.
Sir, meiner Meinung nach ist das, solche Wörter uns eine andere Sprache äh, lernen hilft.
Hm?
Und ich denke, diese Wörter sind gut für mich, so dass ich,
Aha.
so dass ich andere Sprache
Hm?
easily,
Einfach.
einfach lernen kann.
Okay. Gut, das super bitte. Die anderen bitte.
Ich bin dagegen, Devika. Ich denke, es ist okay, wenn man Englischwörter benutzen. Für mich, für Ausländer, das ist gut. Sie können Sprache verstehen und ihre Meinung gleich geben. Und dann, ich denke, Leben in das Land ist mehr freundlich.
Gut. Ja, das ist deine Meinung. Ja, weiter. Raja, Shashank, Devika.
So, ich habe gesagt.
Oh ja, Entschuldigung. Ja, Raja, Shashank.
Ja, meiner Meinung nach ist das Unsinn, wenn man viele fremde Wörter benutzen, weil
Mhm.
man muss wenn man eine Sprache lernen muss und dann alle Nomen und Verben in derselben Sprache lernen, dann können wir die Sprache beherrschen und auch gut kommunizieren.
Okay. Ja, Shashank.
Ja, Sir. Also, manchmal es passiert, dass wenn wir mit einem Person Kommunikation und vielleicht das Person also verstanden nur ein Sprache und at that time es ist nicht gut, dass wir Englisch verwenden mit Deutsch oder also any Sprache.
Mhm. Und also nur Raja ist dagegen. Also er will eine reine Sprache haben. Ja, er will keine Mischung mit anderen Sprachen haben. Also er will alles, also wenn wir Deutsch sprechen, dann müssen wir nur deutsche Wörter verwenden oder beim Englischen nur englische Wörter und keine andere Wörter. Ja? Und ja, er hat auch recht. Jeder hat seine eigene oder seine oder ihre eigene Meinung. Also man kann auch neue Wörter lernen. Manchmal fehlt uns dieses Wort. Zum Beispiel, wie ich euch schon erzählt habe, wie Anglizismen. Also Anglizismen bedeutet englische Wörter. Wie Anglizismen in unsere Sprache hineingedrungen sind. Hineindringen, how they have penetrated. Foreign words have penetrated our language. Manchmal können wir nichts dagegen tun. Neue Technologie bedeutet neue Wörter. The word SMS did not exist a few years ago. WhatsApp did not exist a few years ago. Neither did many of the words which are associated with computers. Right? So when wir, Abhishek ist auch hier, gut. So wenn wir über diese Mischung und diese Kontamination der Sprache sprechen, manchmal ist es also unentrinnlich. It's irrevocable. It's something that you cannot prevent. GEEP. Was heißt denn das?
Jeep.
Jeep. Is it not a part of language today? You know what is a JEEP, right?
Yeah.
Woher kommt das Wort? It's there in all languages. Nicht nur im Deutschen oder im Englischen, sondern auch in indischen Sprachen. Where does the word come from? Während des Zweiten Weltkriegs wurde dieses Auto, dieser Wagen, hergestellt. It was manufactured, produced in the Second World War, also durch Amerika, oder von Amerika. They called it a general patrol vehicle. Four-wheel drive, it could go on any surface, into any kind of environment, so they call it general patrol. Und die Amerikaner sind daran gewöhnt, alles abzukürzen. They are very, very fond of abbreviating almost everything. Like today, there's a word called POTUS. Anyone know what is POTUS? I think I mentioned it a couple of days back to you. POTUS.
President of United States.
That's right, President of the United States. POTUS. But they're always looking to, form abbreviations out of words. So this Jeep, General Patrol, became GP. But GP was still 2 syllables. GP. That also was too long. So from there, it became Jeep. And today, it's called Jeep.
Just enough essential parts, huh?
Yeah, that's bare necessity. Jeep.
Yeah.
And that name is stuck to this vehicle. Oder. Das ist auch ein Wort aus dem Zweiten Weltkrieg. Radar. This is used in Indian languages, auch im Deutschen, Radar. It's become part of language. Radar build. This is again an acronym. Can you give me the word? Radar, full form?
I remember radio detection, but I don't know full.
Radio detection and ranging.
And ranging, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Similarly, you have sonar. Sound navigation and ranging. So you can always try to find some equivalent word for this, but it will be so new and unusual that after all the years of use of these words and having integrated them into the language, looking for a localized version of this word in that language becomes very difficult to make it acceptable. It's very difficult. Our most common example, also das Beispiel von train. Every language in India uses the word train. In the late 60s, early 70s, als ich in der Schule war, da gab eine Hindi-Bewegung in Indien. Hindi only, no English words, and this movement started then. So they started translating every word into Hindi and said, we are going to use this. And I think some of you are familiar with this in the jocular and lighter form. A train was called a low padgamini.
रेलगाड़ी
Yeah? Yeah, Anjali?
रेलगाड़ी सर लोपदगामिनी तो पटरी को बोलता है क्या?
No. Something that goes on that.
Okay.
Something that goes on that. That is a low padgamini. And what about the traffic railway signal?
अवध जावत
Yeah, avat javat suchika. It turned out to be a farce. It turned out to be a joke. And people made fun of this, and that was dropped. Because on the same line, somebody invented, creativity has always been there. Somebody invented a word for table tennis also. I think I told you that word.
Yes. देख हटाकर
Huh? How can you say, I don't want to use a foreign word? Well, it's inevitable. Inexorable. It has to come into the language. Leider. Aber ich stimme dir zu hier. When he says here, und teilweise finde ich das auch peinlich. I told you this the other day. Wenn man viele Fremdwörter benutzen, und meistens in indischen Sprachen viele englische Wörter benutzen, um einen Einfluss zu machen oder sich hochzugeben. Das finde ich dann peinlich. There are people who try to use foreign words, big words, English words when they're talking in a local language to create an impression or to sometimes exercise their authority on you. That is sad. That is very sad. And that is now caricatured in many serials also in television. And so, when you look at this here, Untergang der Sprache, oder ist das eine Plus für Sprachen? So that is a discussion here. And as you see here, if we read this text, ganz interessant. Ganz interessante Text. Habt ihr das mal gelesen? Nein. Nein? Okay. So let's go through this text here. As usual, the first 10 lines. Yeah. Wer möchte den Anfang lesen?
Ich lese es.
Ja.
Wir kennen sie nicht, die Klage von Niedergang der deutschen Kultursprache, bedingt durch die vielen neuen Wörter aus anderen Sprachen, die im Deutschen verwendet werden. Der Deutsche hatte das Klagen satt und forderte die Menschen weltweit auf, nach aus dem Deutschen ausgewanderten Wörtern zu suchen und sie nach München zu melden. Weiter oder?
Now, wait. Paragraph by paragraph. Have you understood this? What have you understood here?
Wenn Leute benutzen Foreign-Wörter mehr, dann vielleicht beschweren deutsche Leute.
Ja, es ist ein beschweren nach die fremde Worte nutzen in deutscher Sprache.
Ja, also viele Deutsche, ne, also vor allem die Älteren, ne, die Senioren, die die Sprache sehr lieben, auch einige Wissenschaftler. Sie meinen, fremde Wörter im Deutschen ist nicht gut für die deutsche Sprache. So, der deutsche Sprachrat. Was bedeutet der deutsche Sprachrat?
Ich glaube, das ist ein Verein
Mhm.
oder
Speaking council.
Ja,
ein Council,
ja,
wo die wie ein Bibliothek oder Enzyklopädie für deutsche Sprache.
aha,
Wo die neue Worte sind recherchieren und dann ja, das Wort ist annehmen oder ablehnen.
okay. Ja, sehr gut. You can check it out on the internet. Ich habe die Definition und die Aufgabe notiert. I noted the thing from there. What is the main purpose of this Deutsche Sprachrat? Or what is it their objective? Das Ziel. Der Deutsche Sprachrat sieht es als seine Aufgabe an, durch Sensibilisierung des Sprachbewusstseins die Sprachkultur im Inland sowie die Stellung der deutschen Sprache im Ausland zu fördern. Simplest definition. So this German foundation or committee or a board, language board or language committee, it looks at the its objective as sensitizing the language consciousness and language culture within Germany of the German people, and also the status of German language in abroad. So zu fördern, to encourage the learning of German and propagation of German abroad. That is the Aufgabe. So they are very, very particular about this, that they should have something in their own country, sensitize the people to their own language. So there's also Deutsch als Muttersprache as a subject in schools. Like German first language, Hindi first language, Marathi first language, Telugu first language. Now we have that kind of system here as well. Das ist gut teilweise, if you look at it. Aber das können wir dann später argumentieren. But more interestingly, der deutsche Sprachrat hatte das Klagen satt. Was bedeutet satt haben?
Instead.
Ja, Babita?
So to have full.
Wie?
Full.
In what sense?
Enough, just like that. When we eat food, when they supply food, we say, ja, satt.
Danke, ich bin satt.
Correct.
Satt, ich bin satt, genau.
Ich bin satt. So I have had enough food. Thank you so much. Don't say I'm fed up. Huh? It's not fed up. Fed up has a different meaning in English. So thank you so much. That's more than enough. Ich bin satt. So it had its thing right up to the nose, literally. Too much. So weltweit, it asked the people, weltweit, tell us about German words in your languages and write to us at our office in München. Right? Und forderte die Menschen weltweit auf. Was ist auffordern?
To promote
No, that is fördern with umlaut. Request. Auffordern, to request or to urge people, encourage and urge them. Please write to us if you know of German words or German origin words in your language. We'll have a look at some of them. And please tell us so that we know. See, it's not that only German is taking in foreign words. German words are being taken abroad also. So there's nothing wrong really if we take in a few new words. So, jetzt weiter. Die nächsten 10 Seiten.
Ich kann lesen.
Ja, bitte weiter.
Die sportliche Idee des Rats hat sich ausgezahlt. 6000-fach.
Ja,
So viele Wortmeldungen gingen ein.
ja.
Eine Bereicherung.
Hm.
Neben den bekannten Klassikern wie Sauerkraut, Kindergarten und Weltschmerz tauchte eine Vielzahl neuer Wörter auf.
Hm.
Das schönste Beispiel ist vielleicht der Begriff Nusu kaputt aus dem ostafrikanischen Kiswahili.
Ja,
In der Sprache bedeutet Nusu so viel wie Hall, kaputt eben. Kaputt und als Summe ergibt das Narkose.
ja. So diese sportliche Idee, this idea, the sportive idea of this commission, language commission, really paid off. Hat sich ausgezahlt. Sich auszahlen, to have a payoff,
Payoff.
to have success. Yeah, it was really successful. 6,000-fold. They didn't expect that. So viele Wortmeldungen gingen ein. So many word Meldungen, reports that so many new words or German words are there in world languages came into their office. Eine Bereicherung. Eine Bereicherung. What is then Bereicherung? Look at the word in the middle. Reich.
Region or an area of study, something.
Nein. Just the word Reich. That is one meaning. What are the other meanings of Reich? Reich as adjective, what does it mean?
Richness or
Rich.
Right. So again, an enrichment. It was an enrichment because they themselves did not expect 6,000 entries from the world over to their query. How many words, German words, are there in your languages? So, es gibt auch diese bekannte Wörter, Sauerkraut. Sauerkraut ist Sauerkraut. Keine Übersetzung. So, was ist denn Sauerkraut? Let's look at these German words. Can anyone explain Sauerkraut? Any experience? Sauer?
This is sour.
Yeah.
It's
Like?
ein Schmecken, yeah. Oder
And what about kraut? Das Kraut?
cabbage.
Cabbage. So what is sauerkraut?
Sour cabbage.
Yeah, to a certain extent, yes. But very simply put, it is pickled cabbage. Cabbage that is put in vinegar with some herbs and so on, left over a period of time and then eaten over a period of time. It's like something like a pickle, achari gobi or whatever you want to call it. So it sounds nice, achari gobi, because we are used to our achar and our pickle, the way we make it in our country. This sauerkraut, this is a personal opinion. Please let me not influence you through my opinion, or let not my words or opinion influence you. I personally feel in order to enjoy sauerkraut, I have to be born in Germany. Only then I can enjoy sauerkraut. Right now, in this lifetime, as a person being born in India, this is one German food item I cannot enjoy. I cannot relish. You have to have a taste for this. I've tried it only once, to be very honest, and after that, I did not dare it again. It's vegetarian. Please don't worry. It's not non-vegetarian. Raja, hast du das mal probiert?
Nur in KFC.
Ja,
Es
und,
gibt ein Kraut, aber das ist nicht so. Es ist ein bisschen süß. Und
ja,
ich mag das.
Also seasoned, you mean?
Genau. Und das
Yeah, so,
ist sehr lecker.
yeah. Seasoned cabbage is also not a problem. That even I eat. Seasoned is gewürzt. Yeah, the word is gewürzt. W-U-Umlaut, R-Z-T. Gewürzt is seasoned. But ask for sauerkraut next time.
Oh.
Or it's available, I think it's available in cans in einem Supermarkt.
Okay, next time, yeah.
Should not be too expensive. Have a look. Mal schmecken lassen oder mal kürsten. Check out the taste and let us know. But then your taste is individual. So we cannot comment on it sitting here. Then das Wort Kindergarten. Keine Übersetzung. Kindergarten is Kindergarten. Simple. Who coined this word kindergarten? This is a kaun banega karodpati question. There was a gentleman, a pedagogue called Friedrich Froebel, F-R-O-E-B-E-L. And there was also another very famous pedagogin called Maria Montessori, after whose name we have this Montessori schools. I'm sure you've heard about that name.
Yes.
And this system of education for children, kindergarten, was started by this gentleman called Froebel. In Hyderabad, there's also a Froebel's High School named after this person, Froebel. I've asked many people, local Hyderabadis, who take pride on their being Hyderabadi. I've asked them who was Froebel. I was very grandly explained. They considered me an ignoramus, somebody who did not know. अरे निजाम के जमाने का है, निजाम के यहाँ काम करते थे वो. So I said, okay, good, well done. मुझे नहीं मालूम था कि वो निजाम के यहाँ काम करते थे. So I did not offer them a correction because they were very convinced that he was with the Nizam here. And kindergarten, we Indians have gone ahead and subdivided this kindergarten into LKG and UKG. Lower kindergarten and upper kindergarten. So we have gone one step ahead. So kindergarten is part of our vocabulary. Then Weltschmerz. Das ist auch ein Wort ein bisschen schwer zu übersetzen. Eigentlich ist gar nicht übersetzbar. I can only give you the word meaning as it is here. Welt is world, die Welt. Und Schmerz, der Schmerz, pain, world pain, or pain of the world. Now, what does it mean? We'll have to go into a little bit of philosophy and literature for this, which we will do later. But it's the pain of the world that you take upon yourself. Pain of the entire populace, the entire universe, that is Weltschmerz. This was coined by a German writer, Goethe, who had used this word long time back in one of his writings, Weltschmerz. It's still used as Weltschmerz today. Then there's another word which is very popular, Zeitgeist. People call it spirit of the times, but that is again simply spirit of the time, but not the entire meaning as such. So there is every time period or epoch in history, there is a small part of that time in history which plays a very important role on the development of the people, the mentality of the people, the development of that country. May or may not last a long time, but for that moment it does. And there is one person, or normally one person, who's responsible for that movement or development or awareness for that brief moment in time. And that will be that zeitgeist concept. On the one hand, one can think of Swami Vivekananda or Mahatma Gandhi or Nelson Mandela. They were there, that zeitgeist of that period. It doesn't hold good forever. You can't say, no, it's still there. No, it's not. When it's convenient, we quote Mahatma Gandhi and Swami Vivekananda. But are we following that? For that brief moment, yes. Yeah, so that is also another word. Okay. Aber was interessant war, neben diesen Wörtern, diesen Klassik, also absolute Classic Words, tauchte eine Vielzahl neuer Wörter auf. Und es wird hier gesagt, nusu kaputt in Kiswahili. Kiswahili ist eine Sprache, die in den ostafrikanischen Ländern gesprochen wird, auch heute. Also in Kenia, in Tansania und teilweise auch in Uganda. It's a very interesting language. Very interesting language. I learned a fair bit about 30 years back. I've forgotten now. I could speak it okay, just about manage, but I've forgotten, totally forgotten now. I had a group of students out from Africa, and our exchange was in the classroom at the university. They came to me and said, we are enjoying your classes, we would like to give something to you. So what would you like as a present? I said, that's very simple. Yeah, please tell, sir. Not tell us, tell us, tell sir. I still remember that dialogue. Christopher was the leader of the group. But I want you to teach me Swahili. What? Swahili, teach me Swahili, please. So every day after my German class, we would sit together and then they would teach me Swahili. I've forgotten the phrase. It'll come back. I used it in Uganda 3-4 years back when I visited Uganda and Tanzania. It made quite a hit with the tourist guides. They were thrilled. Oh, you speak Swahili. And one of the guides, he became my unofficial guru. I teach Swahili. You here? How many days? I said 3 days. Good. I teach Swahili. You teach English. I learn, you learn. I said, yeah, we'll do that. So in this language, yeah, Swahili, Sie haben ein Wort Nusu kaputt. Nusu in Swahili bedeutet halb und kaputt, Deutsch kaputt. Literally half dead, half gone, half not working. Und Nusu kaputt bedeutet Narkose in Swahili. Narkose means half dead, half gone, half lost. Consciousness there, not there. So he's drowsy, he's sleepy.
Ecstatic.
Not able to hear. Yeah. So, Nusu kaput. So it's really interesting how people borrow from other languages and use it in their own language. Ja, wer möchte weiterlesen? Till machen hier.
Ja, sir.
Ja, shoot. Stefan.
Das Beispiel zeigt wie die meisten Wörter den Sprung in den andere Sprachen schaffen. Namentlich dann, wenn es für etwas Neues noch kein Wort in dieser Sprache gibt. Besonders in Russische sind deutsche Wörter angewandert. Zum Vorschmack Heringsvorspeise wie zum Butterbrot, Sandwich, alles Dinge ohne Butter. die ausgewanderten widerspiegeln oft jenes Bild wider, das wir viele Völker von den Deutschen machen.
Danke. Well done. So, wie die Wörter in den Sprung einer anderen Sprache schaffen. I want the meaning of the word schaffen. Schaffen here.
Manage here actually.
No.
To settle
Create.
down.
Creates
To create. The verb schaffen here is a strong verb. You remember we did this some time back? Schaffen, schuf, geschaffen, to create.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right? And the other one, schaffen, schaffte, geschafft.
To manage.
Manage to finish, to accomplish something. So, oh yes, you're right. How they manage this and how they create a new language after making the jump, the transition. Especially then, namely dann, when there is no word for it in their language, this word is accepted by people in the language. The word Wurst is still a problem in many classrooms in India. Sausage. It's still a problem. Die meisten Lerner haben nie in ihrem Leben eine Wurst gesehen. So that concept is not. So we verstehen diese Lerner das Wort. So you have the closest, Russisch. Many words have gone into Russian. Vorschmack, the pre-taste literally translated, but this is actually the starters. Vorspeise, something that you eat before your main meal. Appetizer, your starter. So this Vorschmack or appetizer in Russian, it has a different meaning. This is a fish item. Herring is a fish. It's not a very big fish, small, thin, and they're not very, well, they're normally found in massive shoals or pools, and they're packed into tins and cans like the other species, the sardines. They're very, very popular. Or a butterbrot that even the Germans use now. Because for them it's a different meaning. Butterbrot is a sandwich. Your bread and butter that you eat together is called Butterbrot auf Deutsch. Or you can put in a cucumber or tomato or whatever, it's still a sandwich, aber Butterbrot. Aber in Russischen, das ist ohne Butter. Und diese Wörter, die ausgewandert sind, so which have gone out from German into other languages, wieder. I want to know what is this Widerspiegel. This word is correctly written here. Don't think the E is missing by accident. No, this is by intention. So what does it mean? Widerspiegel. Pronunciation is ditto E. Widerspiegel, Widerspiegel. So was bedeutet das Wort hier wieder? Widerspiegel, widersprechen.
Nochmal.
Mirror.
Nein, das ist mit E. Wieder, that's a W-I-E. Wieder. But the
See in the
pronunciation-
mirror.
Again.
Spiegeln to mirror होता है. See in the mirror.
No.
To reflect.
Yeah, but I want to know the meaning of the word wieder.
It's broad.
Again. Further. What are they written?
Wieder is a preposition It's a preposition in German. And normally when you use this, it's very difficult to use an article before that. But it takes dative. It comes without an article. And the preposition here means against. Against. Contrary to. As opposed to. So Widerspiegel here means, Spiegel is mirror. To go against the mirror, contra, and it means the meaning that Devika gave, reflect. This was easy. But what about Widersprechen?
Speak against.
Speak against. Well done. Well done. So speak against, give me one word for it.
Dagegen.
Give me one word. One verb. Warum widersprichst du mir immer? Wenn ich etwas sage, warum widersprichst du mir immer?
Wiederholen.
W-I-D-E-R. Widersprechen. Comes with dative. Why are you contradicting me always? Why do you disagree with me always? So Widersprechen, to speak again. So contradict. Please note the meaning, difference in meaning. If you use the E, it becomes again. If you drop the E, it becomes against.
And it's a dative preposition.
No, this is a verb. On its own, yes, dative. It normally comes with dative, but it's not used very frequently. The dative element is not visible. Also wieder Treue, wieder Erwartungen, wieder Hoffnung. Against hope, against expectations, not against the expectation. It's normally used on an article. Against loyalty, kann ich ja nichts tun oder kann niemand was tun. On its own, preposition, wieder. But if you attach it to verbs, it has the meaning of against and whatever the meaning the verb has. Expression to speak, speak against. Yeah, to disagree, to contradict, to counter, to refute, That's the Widersprechen. Please note the meaning and the usage. It only reflects the picture that people have of German. These words. So jetzt weiter. Wer möchte weiterlesen? So we go from here for the next 10 lines till this Shui. Ja.
Ich lese es noch.
Ja.
So Grenzen finden gerne die Besserwisserei aus, genauso wie die serbischen Schüler den Streber. Streber. Ihre Hausmeister nennen die Finnen Vatimestari von Wachtmeister, während die Japaner mit der so oben mit
Arubaito, ja.
Arubaito eine Teilzeitarbeit bezeichnen, die neben dem Hauptjob verrichtet wird. Die Engländer wiederum kommandieren ihre Hunde bevorzugt auf Deutsch herum Platz Pfui.
Pfui, danke. So, what have we understood here? So grenzen Finnen gerne die Besserwisserie aus. Ausgrenzen.
Out of the borders.
Ausgrenzen. Das ist die Grenze, also
Separation.
Ausgrenzen.
Away from the border.
Yeah, so exclude. Ne?
Yes, exclude.
So many of the Finnish people, for example, they exclude the Besserwissery aus. What is an Besserwisser? This is also a superb German word. Besserwisser. A Besserwisser is somebody who knows it all. A person who pretends or claims to be a know-all.
Jack of all.
No, language ka.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know it all kind of person. Yeah, I know. There's nothing this person doesn't know. So in a very satirical and sarcastic way, the Germans call such people as Besserwisser.
Your Eigenlobstinkt. That's what?
No. It's not Eigenlob. Also hier gibt es kein Lob. Also das ist ein Mensch, der sagt, der kann alles. Yeah, I know. See, there are these kinds of people that you come across everywhere in life. I have met quite a few myself. Okay. They have actually, as I say, they have either very, very basic, superficial knowledge of the subject, or they simply try to guess. So I met people who teach me German linguistics. They've never ever studied linguistics, leave alone German linguistics. Never studied linguistics. And they come and talk to me about German linguistics. Okay, I know a little more because I've read and taught that subject. I'm not an expert. I'm not like the people who publish books and into heavy research. But I have my knowledge. But these people are one step more than I am without having studied anything. Sie wissen besser als ich. So in such cases, you simply listen to them politely. Argument doesn't help. So listen to them, accept them, keep nodding. Yeah, gut. Oh, interessant. Wirklich, ja? Hab nicht gewusst. Na, schon? Okay, danke, bis morgen, or whatever. And the conversation is over. Happy, he's happy, I'm happy. So that is a very nice German word, Besserwisser. There's nothing they don't know. Talk to them about atomic fusion and they'll tell you about all the atoms and the neurons and neutrons and
Electrons.
Total Kern. And how many how many are there in the orbit? How do they stick to each other? Of course, most of the facts will be wrong, but they know better than you. You can't correct them. So it's a fabulous word. It sounds very positive, Besserwisser, somebody who knows better, but the meaning is negative. You learned a new word today. Not the Finnish. This is a German word which has gone into Finland. In Finland, it's called Besserwissery. Also in der finnischen Sprache heißt es Besserwissery, aber auf Deutsch Besserwisser. Have you people never met such characters at parties and conferences and meetings and weddings, for example? Never?
Treffen? Yes, we are treffen.
So have they not displayed their knowledge to you?
Yeah, sir. In Hogside, we are immer treffen.
Thank you, Babita. Thank you for supporting me. So, for example, Babita says, "मैं German सीख रही हूँ," and they will tell you everything there is about the language. Huh? And they think they know better than you do. And they have not learnt it, huh? Not attended or gone to or seen or observed or experienced a single class or anything of German. But they will tell you everything there is to know. German पता है बहुत मुश्किल language है. And they'll give you a relationship which is very close to them. Their aunts, nephews, third cousins, fourth husbands, nephew told you about German or told me about German. By the time you sort out that relationship, you don't even pay attention to what they're saying. But they know better. Yeah. So learn the word besser. Okay, but don't translate it. It doesn't work. So besserwisserie, Ausgrenzen. The Finnish people exclude such conversationalists. Ausgrenzen. Genauso wie die serbischen Schüler den Streber, sh. That S with that accent on top has to be pronounced as sh. Which is the same S with that accent in that motor car, Skoda. Have you noticed that? On the S there is this accent. Skoda it is, not Skoda as we pronounce here. So, what is a Streber? Somebody who is pursuing something, who he wants to attain something in life. It's called a Streber. So what is it? The Serbian school kids, they also try to exclude these people. A Streber in this language of the Serbian language, taken from the German, the Streber means somebody, again, like Besserwisser, he also tries to convince you that he definitely knows better and you should follow that person. What I say is correct. Yeah, this is aus der serbischen Sprache. Okay, and the Hausmeister, was ist ein Hausmeister? Das ist ein deutsches Wort.
Caretaker.
Well done. Or a warden, caretaker or warden also in a hostel. I think Raja lives in a flat, right? Raja? And a Wohnung?
Yeah. Wir haben ein Hausmeister.
Ja, ein Hausmeister gibt es für alle Wohnungen. Also die Finnen, also eine Finne, F-I-N-N-I, der Finne, die Finnen, ist eine Endeklination. Der Finne is a person from Finland, a male. So this Finne, the Finnen, they call such a person Vatimestari. See how they've changed the German word, Wacht to Vati, Meister to Mestari. So similarly, you can also tomorrow, as a besserwisser, tell people, you know where the word mystery comes from. Actually, it is from the German word Meister, because these people know what they are doing. Expert होते हैं ये. German में expert को Meister बोलते हैं. From there, that Meister word came to India, और वहाँ से Meister से ये mystery से mystery हो गया. German word है. मैं German सीख रही हूँ, मुझे मालूम है. Throw it and see how people will be convinced. Huh? You people, I don't know why you don't try this on others. I do this a lot and I enjoy myself. If my wife is there, she hates it. क्यों तुम लोगों की टांग खींचते रहते हो? I simply tell her I enjoy it. Why do you do it? I know I derive some pleasure because I normally react when that person tries something on me, then I go back. Okay, so where in the Japaner, Sie haben auch kein Wort. Arubaito. So where does this come? Arubaito. Where does this come from? Aus welchem deutschen Wort kommt das Wort, japanische Wort Arubaito? Arbeit. And what is Arbeiten or Arbeit auf Deutsch? Work. So, aber Arubaito im Japanischen bedeutet Teilzeitarbeit.
Okay. Part-time.
Part-time work. And especially if you have a full-time job, hub job, what you do in addition to that main job is called Arubaito. Raja, this is for you. throw it on your colleagues and tell them this is aus Japan. Ja? Und die Engländer kommandieren ihre Hunde bevorzugt auf Deutsch herum. And the Britishers, they use German commands on their dogs. Platz means, here, sit this place. Platz means normally on the right side of the person. Platz. Sit. Here. Or free. As a command. Both are German. Pfui is an expression of disgust in German, basically. Pfui. Hat dir den Film gefallen? Pfui. That means nein, nicht gefallen. Right? I told you this book is going to be real fun. It's basically loads of vocabulary. So where least weiter jetzt, this part? I think we have 2 more to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sir.
Abhishek.
Okay. Besonders erfolgreich waren und sind die Wörter aus dem Oktoberfest-Komplex.
Ja,
Kipes
ja.
heißt auf Finnisch und in Argentinien so viel wie Prost. Das Wort
Ja.
Gemütlichkeit bedeutet in amerikanischen Volksfest. Und wenn eine Tschechische eine Runde spendiert, so bekommt jeder im Lokal was zu trinken. Die
Ja.
Japaner bestellen ab und zu ein Kirschwasser und wenn die Franzosen und Schnaps zu viel hatten, beschimpfen sie ihren Freund schon mal als Blödmann.
Right. Okay. Besonders erfolgreich kommen die Wörter aus dem Oktoberfest-Komplex. Oktoberfest, also wir wissen, was das ist.
Yeah.
Ja, eigentlich ein Bierfest für Fremde. It's basically a
Yeah.
beer festival for foreigners, not for Germans. Very few Germans go there. The reason is simple, cost. The cost of beer at the Oktoberfest is much higher than beer in your shop next door or next to your house. So it's basically for foreigners, money-making thing. This year it wasn't held, last year also not held. I have the statistics for 2019 if you wish. I became a member of this Beer Fest, online member of this Beer Fest. There's some group there. And they send me the statistics, how many million liters of beer was consumed and so on and so forth. And words arising here, because this is an intermixing of nationalities, you have new words and they take away words from Germany. Zum Beispiel Kipp-es. Eigentlich kippen to tilt. Umkippen to overturn. For example, a glass. Umkippen. And what is the meaning of this umkippen? The glass is full of beer and you turn it upside down in your mouth. So, umkippen.
Gulping.
It's called bottoms up.
Bottoms up, you know.
Yeah. So this umkippen. Aber here, the Finnish on the Leute aus Argentinien, the Argentinier, sie sagen Kippes, and that is equal to Prost in German. So what is Prost in German?
Cheers.
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 Yes.
Oh, hello. ये तुम लोगों को कैसे मालूम? Ich verstehe. Also, other things
सर
you don't
वीडियो
know.
में देखा था.
Huh?
It says, you say now, when I drink water, post. Then you say cheers.
Yeah, this is so möglich.
Yes.
I'm not convinced yet. Ich bin davon gar nicht überzeugt. Huh? I have my suspicions still. You don't know many things, but you know this one thing. Huh? Anyway.
Aber das ist so.
Nee, ich bin davon gar nicht überzeugt. Okay, so, Gemütlichkeit. Also was verstehen wir als Deutschlerner unter Gemütlichkeit. Was bedeutet das Wort Gemütlichkeit?
And courage.
Nein.
Homely.
Ja.
Gemütlich.
Umlaut.
What is courage?
Nein, Gemütlichkeit ist ein typisches Wort, deutsches Wort. Das ist wieder sehr schwer zu übersetzen, denn die ganze Bedeutung kommt nicht mit. Something like coziness, comfort.
Feeling of home.
Homely feeling.
Cozy.
No, homely feeling. Very, very cozy, homely feeling.
Yeah, cozy.
Very comfortable, very snug, very warm, very... it's something that you express only at home, that sudden sense of relief you get when you reach home. When you're lying down on your bed, for example. There's a sense of relief and comfort and snugness and warmth and what else can I give you there? Something that only your own personal space and home can give you. That is Gemütlichkeit. Und die Deutschen haben das Wort oder halten das Wort für unübersetzbar. They consider this word to be untranslatable because this Gemütlichkeit for Germans is something which is a kind of a universal factor. This Raja can try out as Umfrage and get back to us. Ask your German colleagues, was bedeutet das Wort Gemütlichkeit für Sie oder für Sie oder für Sie? Collect their responses and tell us about it. Take your time. Just check with them. What does this word mean to you? Give me examples. And tell them it's your project for your German learning project or something. You'll find some very fascinating answers there. So it's that feeling of home, that comfort that you get. Now, for example, when I drive out somewhere out into the city, outskirts, and I feel miserable there, and it's got very late and I'm coming home, there's a kind of a university campus boundary. The moment I enter the campus, and my home is still 2.5 kilometers from there. The moment I come into the boundary, I feel at home. I'm comfortable. Very comfortable. I can't explain that feeling. And then I'm relaxed. I'm no longer tense when I'm driving. I'm relaxed. Ghar aa gaya. Still 2.5 kilometers, mind you. Ghar aa gaya. That is that word, Gemütlichkeit. Aber im Amerikanischen bedeutet das Volksfest. Und eine Tscheche, also das ist aus what land? What country is this?
Czech Republic.
The Czech Republic. Remember, it broke up. Don't confuse this with Czechoslovakia. That Slovakia got separated long time back. So wenn Sie eine Runda spendieren, when they donate a Runda, it means everybody in that pub, Lokal, gets a free round of drinks. That is the word Runda. Ich spende eine Rund here. Next round is on me. So I'll pay for everybody's drinks. So Runda in dieser Sprache, der Tscheche bedeutet, ich zahle das Geld für das Bier für alle hier im Lokal. Die Japaner, sie trinken ab und zu mal auch was aus Europa. Also was ganz typisch ist. Und ab und zu, was bedeutet ab und zu?
Now and then.
Now and then. Now and then they also order Kirusha Wasser. They also order this Kirschwasser. What is Kirsch?
Cherry.
Cherry water.
Hey, don't demean it like that. This cherry brandy. Try
Oh,
it.
there is cherry water here. We get it. Not only cherry water. We get many different flavors of water. Lime
is cherry-
water.
Yeah. But next time you ask for Kirschwasser and see what it is. Please don't take too much of it at one go. I want you in the class next day.
Okay.
Try it out. Kirschwasser. It's cherry brandy.
Okay. I like this coconut flavored water. It tastes really good.
So I used to go for the bubbly one, the one with carbon dioxide in it. No?
Kolanjaur.
Colon, yeah. The colon Wasser, it's called.
Or yeah.
Kolanjaur. Kolanjaur.
So it's with bubbles. It's a bubbly water to drink. It's
Yeah.
plain water, not soda. It's plain water, but it bubbles when you open the lid. So I used to buy this. It's a little expensive than normales Wasser. So Kirschwasser. Und wenn die Franzosen und Schnaps zu viel hatten. What is Schnaps?
Snap is to
Either you know the word, those of you who learn German, or
mingle, kind of. Mingle.
they are Schnaps.
Scarcity.
Shorts maybe.
Nee. Schnaps is actually a fruity drink. Okay, they are Schnaps. It's a fruity drink. If I leave it there, I'm sure all of you will start drinking. So let me add some more just to give you a little more information. You take fruit, simply squeeze the juice out of it, and let the juice stay for 1 week. What will
Hot
happen?
liquor.
हाँ, क्या होगा?
Liquor.
It'll start fermenting
Correct.
and turn to liquor. That is Schnaps. This is the simplest definition I can give you. And Schnaps is always served in small glasses
Correct.
because of the high alcohol content in it. Very high alcohol content. 2 shots of that Schnaps, you have to take it in one go. This size glass. The medicinal glass kind, ounce glass they used to call it earlier. 2 shots of it, and you feel you are in a new world. You know everything. You know everything. Deutsch ist kein Problem. So, ich liebe dich und dich und dich. So, it improves your mood. Try it out sometime.
Ja, vielleicht, wenn wir eine Angst haben, dann können wir ein bisschen probieren. Und
Yeah.
wenn wir Deutsch sehr gut sprechen.
Ja. Aber die Franzosen, die beschimpfen ihren Freund schon als ein Blödmann. See, the French start speaking German. So after a couple of shots of nuts, the French people start speaking in German und sie beschimpfen. They abuse their friends as Blödmann. Blöd,
Stupid.
auf Deutsch, stupid,
Dumb.
dumb. Sometimes you can also, translate this as, not always, as bloody. So when you say Blödmann, you idiot, you stupid fellow, you twit. This is an English word, twit, T-W-I-T. Or you twerp, also English. So all words that are slightly derogatory and abusive. Blödmann. Nice German word to have. Okay, now I think Babita hasn't read. Babita, bis zum Ende vielleicht jetzt? Who else? Anybody else left over?
Sunita.
Is Sunita there still?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Then let's split this. Then Babita and Sunita. Okay. Sunita has been so silent heute. Okay.
Yeah, Sunita.
Ja,
Bitte, start.
yes. Sir. Einer gewisse Freunde kann der spricht nicht verbergen,
Ein
wenn
Moment. Sunita, ein Moment. What does größer? Ja. Also ich vergrößere das. Ja. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wenn meldet, dass es ein deutsches Wort sogar in die britische Jugendsprache geschafft hat, statt Mega. Mega heißt es in London und Liverpool nun über. Sogar in der Computer-Domain Domain könnten sich deutsche Ausdrücke fest, äh, fest,
Yeah.
festsehen. Äh, Irajili, rightness. Irajili äh, nennen das zwischen
Yeah.
Strudel die Russian sagen
Yeah.
Brandmauer für die Schutzsoftware,
Yeah.
die neue deutsche Firewall genannt wird.
Danke. Yeah. So let's look at this text here. So eine gewisse Freude. Freude
Joy.
Blue.
und gewisse
Joy.
gewisse Freude.
Knowledge or
No.
known joy.
Kind of. It's a certain kind of joy which this language commission cannot hide. Verbergen, to hide. To hide, to conceal, to put underground. This is the joy that they get when they report this. Ja, wenn meldet, dass es ein deutsches Wort sogar in die britische Jugendsprache geschafft hat. That a German word has gone into the German youth language. So instead of saying mega, they use the word Uber. Oh man, that is mega cool. No, they don't use the word mega cool. Now they say, oh man, that is uber cool. Uber is the same as Uber. No? So it's the same as over, extra, more. And when you go further, in the computer domain, die deutsche Ausdrücke kann man auch festsetzen. Israeli nennen das Ad-Zeichen, commercial Ad-Zeichen, Strudel. They call it Strudel. What is a Strudel?
Apple pie, like.
That's Apfelstrudel.
Pastry.
Yeah, it's a kind of a pastry. That's right. See, it looks like a pastry looks like this, the way it's made. No? It's made in this ring shape thing.
Swirl.
Yeah, spirals, kind of spirals. So they call it Strudel. And they've taken this word from German, Strudel. Und die Russen sagen Brandmauer, the German word, für die Schutzsoftware, die Neudeutsch Firewall genannt wird. Brandmauer is a wall between two houses which prevents the spread of fire. So two houses are not supposed to be built like this. So your wall and my wall sticking to each other. There has to be a gap between the houses, and in between there is another wall that is built which serves as a protection from fire spreading from one house to another house. And that is called Brandmauer. Brand, fire. And we know this as a word today, firewall. Als Computerbenutzer, ich glaube, das Wort ist uns allen bekannt. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sir.
It's a Schutzsoftware, protection software. But what is more interesting? So, Babita, yes.
Ja, den größten Trumpf im Westreit der Sprachen hat für uns aber das Wort Handy errungen. Es wurde nämlich im deutschen Sprachraum erfunden, auch wenn es Englisch klingt. Doch nun sind immer mehr amerikanische Zuhörer, die ihr Mobil auch Handy nennen. Ist das nicht cool?
Yeah, nice ending, no? So, aber their triumph in the competition, the triumph in this competition of languages has been won by the word handy. It was invented in the German speaking area, Sprachraum, even if it sounds English. You have to believe that it started in Germany because it came from the word Hand. Ja? Und was ich in der Hand halten kann, ist ein Handy. So from German, Hand, it sounded English handy. It's something that you can hold in your hand. And spread the world over, many people in the West now use the German word handy for their mobiles. Und auch die Amerikaner. Früher haben sie dieses Gerät Mobile genannt. Where's your mobile? And now they say, where's your handy? Und dann sagt der Autor, ist das nicht cool? And he uses an English word to end his German essay. So wie die Sprache sich verbreitet hat, oder wie Sprachen sich verbreiten, how languages increase, grow wider, haben wir von diesem Text gelernt. Please read this once again for enjoyment, looking at a few words. Maybe you can use them here in the class. Feel safe, feel good, and then go outside.
So errungen bedeutet?
Erringen, errang, errungen. Yeah, das verb is erringen. And can you guess the meaning from here?
To ring?
Nein.
Erhalten? Wie ein Erhalten, oder?
To emerge.
Moment. No. Start here. Was das? Ja. Also hier. Den größten Triumph hat das Wort Handy errungen.
Invent?
The word handy has its biggest victory.
Achievement.
Achieved. Erringen, to achieve, to win, to score.
Leisten is also to achieve something.
Yeah, you can put leisten if you want. If you don't like errungen, then put geleistet. But if you say geleistet, then you don't learn a new word. Yeah, so it's a kind of a synonym for leisten. Errungen. Erringen, errang, errungen. To achieve, to gain, to win, to score a victory, to gain a victory, to achieve a victory. Leisten geht es. Da geht schon. Kein Problem. Das ist ein Synonym.
Und so verbergen und verstecken beide bedeutet to hide something.
Yeah, verbergen is literally to dig and put it in the ground, inside the ground. What is bergen? What is ein Berg?
Mountain.
Mountain. So you are hiding something under a mountain, you are concealing something, you want to cover it up totally. So that is verbergen. Because you put something on top of that, you are covering it with something else. So you are masking it. Whereas verstecken is you're adjusting it into some available place where it cannot be seen easily. So kind of synonyms, but verbergen has a nicer touch to it. Yeah, verbergen, verbarg, verborgen. Verbergen, verbarg, verborgen. Noch etwas? Keine andere Fragen? Die Aufgabe. Which German words would you like to use or add to your mother tongues?
Sir, vessel.
Gut, Abhishek. So, welche deutschen Wörter würden Sie gerne in Ihrer Sprache aufnehmen? Or let's simplify it, to add to your vocabulary. So, gibt es andere solche schöne Wörter?
Ja, Sir, Regenbogen.
Yeah. So, think of 3 words that you would like to add and tell me tomorrow.
Whiskey, brandy, wine.
Okay.
3 words that you would like to add to your vocabulary, German words, which you would like to have in your vocabulary, if not in Hindi or whatever other language. But your vocabulary definitely. Also Regenbogen war eine Antwort und Besserwisser war eine Antwort. Any other German words which you personally like and which you would like to have in your vocabulary